This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Place to Be Nation Pop Experience. Welcome back for episode 8 of Play While You Listen. I'm your host, Scott Schifflet, and this month we have someone I know who has not ever been on any of the Place to Be Nation podcast, or I believe this is his first podcast, so I'm popping his podcast cherry. A friend of mine, and hopefully you guys love him as much as I do, Brandon Babb, aka Babb. Babb, how are you doing tonight?
Sir, I am doing well. How are you?
Doing just fine. You know, I love talking about video games, and I thought I loved video games, guys. I'm hosting a video game podcast until I went over to Babb's house one day, and I was blown away by it's like a video game room. He collects all types of physical media. He has every console known to man. I had to take a picture. I was blown away. I was like, oh my God, these are hashtag goals. So tell me a little bit about your hobby of collecting physical video games and the special editions.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I had a big collection of video games that I had built up, over the course of being a little kid, to being a teenager, to being an adult. And then when I got to college, I had to start selling off a little bit of it for just, gas money to kind of make ends meet or whatever. And it felt bad, but I still had the bulk of my collection. And then I don't remember, it was probably 10 years ago or so. I saw this minimalism documentary and was like, I don't need all these things in my house, taking up all this room and space, and I have to dust them and all this. I was like, I'm going to go sell these, and I'm going to take that money and buy a graphics card. And then I could just have a computer that, is legit. And so, yeah, I mean, it sounded like a good idea at the time. I took 4 giant boxes full of just games and consoles and stuff up to this local game store. And they gave me, at the time, it was a little over $1,000. I want to say it was $1,100. This was 3 years before video game prices exploded. Now that would be no joke. It could be anywhere from $6 to $10,000 worth of video games, I would say now, easy. But I will say, biggest regret of my life was selling off that collection. As part of it, I had, growing up, I had subscriptions to Electronic Gaming Monthly and Game Informer and Nintendo Power. I even found some of the original Nintendo Powers in my grandmother's attic that my uncle had. That was issues 1, 2, and 3.
Oh God.
And yeah, and I had them in my collection, right? And when I took them in to trade them in, they were like, we don't take magazines. So I literally put them in the dump.
Oh, my God.
It hurts just thinking about it, man. It hurts just thinking about it. But yeah, so I got rid of my entire collection. I got a sweet graphics card. I think I bought a GTX 1080 or something like that when they were brand new. And that card served me well for a while, but still, I regret it all the time. So about 3 years ago, right as the prices of all these old games started going up, I decided I'm going to start building back my collection. And I'm not going to buy every game I ever had, because there's a lot of crap games that I had bought over the years that didn't bring me much joy or fulfillment or anything. I'm just going to buy the games that are important to me, that, made me happy as a kid, or that I remember playing with my brother or my neighbors. I'm going to buy those games back, and I'm going to get the complete in-box versions of them, and really nice, and display them in my room. And that's what that's where I'm at. That's what I've been trying to build for the past few years.
And it's amazing. I'm not saying just consoles, but I'm talking about handhelds and games still in boxes, with the shrink wrap. It's holy shit. I remember I walked in and I was like took my breath away, because it's just an amazing. And you obviously do play video games as well. So you brought up PC. I think you're my first or second PC gamer. No, you're my second PC gamer. Sorry. Is that what you play mostly, or do you play anything else?
I'm first and foremost a PC gamer. I've been playing PC games most of my life. But I've had all the consoles, and I've enjoyed lots of games on consoles. I'm not only console or only PC. I play them both, but I prefer to play them on PC. But yeah, I mean, the problem with PC gaming is, I love Valve as a company. I think Steam is great, but ever since Steam launched, it's been harder and harder and harder to find like, boxed versions of PC games that have like a physical disc that you can use to install on your computer that don't require like always on connections and stuff. So I I get to the point where I buy the collector's editions and I store those and I display the nice things from them and stuff, but you just can't find like physical copies of games really anymore. You can for like PlayStation and Xbox and Switch, but like I said, I prefer to play on PC, so it's kind of hard now. I kind of have to go digital to keep up with things.
As someone who, I wanted the physical for the longest time, but then like you said, like you start just running out of space. Like I have a bunch of comic books that I have like 2 or 3 like long boxes full of comics, and finally Emily, my wife, was like, "Hey, you got to switch to digital or something. Like this is starting to take up space." And I'm like, okay, so like I've switched to all digital for that, and it's actually starting to bleed over to video games. With like, I bought the PS5, the disc version, and it was, I was like, I'll get these games and everything, but they're starting to switch away to digital as well. I just put a 2 terabyte, hard drive. I put it in my PS5. I found instructions online and was able to do it. It took me like 20 minutes. The hardest thing was popping off the protector box because I thought I was gonna rip it in half. But yeah, it's crazy how they're getting away, because one game that we're going to talk about this month, Spider-Man 2, their collector's edition has all this cool stuff, has this like big at like 16-inch Venom action figure fighting Miles and Peter, but there's no game. It's digital. So it's
let's talk about that. I actually like that. I think that's a good thing.
Okay.
And here's why. As an avid collector of collector's editions, like you've seen my room, I love statues, I love the busts, I love the figures and the maps and all that stuff. I love to display those things. I feel like it's a good thing in that I can buy the collector's edition that does not come with a game, and then I can go buy the game on whatever platform I want. I'm not like, I just got the Armored Core 6 collector's edition recently.
Yeah.
And the only one that I could get, I wanted to buy it for Steam, but I couldn't because that one sold out immediately. So I had to get it for PlayStation 5, which is fine. But I would prefer to have played it on my computer. And in fact, I'm playing it on my computer through remote play up to my PlayStation. But but yeah, I don't like being shoehorned into a particular console, a particular platform. You know what I mean? I actually like it. And the Blizzard, of all things, the terrible company Blizzard, they actually did something really, really great recently, in which they released the Diablo 4 Collector's Edition for a very, very good price. Very high quality collector's edition, very good price, no game. People were pretty butthurt about that, but I thought it was wonderful because I could get the collector's edition, buy the game, digitally on my computer through Battle.net, and everything was good. And as long as they don't like charge you like how Square Enix, like how Square Enix is charging almost $400 for the Final Fantasy VII. The upcoming remake version, $400 for that be shipped is just ridiculous. I would rather it not come with a game, and I could wait to buy it on PC later and maybe cut some of that cost out, but just can't do it otherwise. It's too expensive.
Yeah, and like my own issue is like, I'm okay if you buy it just individual, but I would like to have like, I don't know, the disc like box with it as well, just something to display. But I mean, the last physical game I bought was I bought Cyberpunk for $10 for the PS4, and it was like $10 at GameStop, and this was when like it was still broken and like they hadn't fixed it and everything. So I plan on going back to that eventually. Well, actually even starting it and getting like the PS5 version, but it
yeah, me too.
I've
had it forever. I want to play it. I was just been waiting for like the big bug fixes and all that stuff to come out first before I dive in.
Yeah, it's so like I'm sure you had the same issue as me. It's so many games and so little time. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just sure. As we get to tonight, like there's like 5 games that I want, and I'm like, I should probably just buy one, and it's going to be Spider-Man. Spoiler alert. But there's like a bunch of games that, from doing this podcast, like I've learned like, oh, there's like this game called Life of Pi or P, but it was like based on Pinocchio, but like they changed it and supposedly it was awesome. So I was like, oh, I'll wait for that to go on sale or something. Um,
Lies of P, I think is what it
yeah,
is.
Lies of P. Sorry,
Yeah, no, that's good.
Life of P. I think Life of Pi is a movie, but
It is.
so we ran through the gamut of like, how long have you officially been playing video games? Because like I'm like 4 or 5 with mine. And
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, like no, like 45 years old, like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Same here. My first foray into video games was when I was 4 years old. It was 91. My parents, I guess, got a Nintendo Entertainment System, and I played Russian Attack and Kung Fu and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and things like that. And it just sucked me in, man. I played those games. Those games are really hard for a 4-year-old too. But I've had pretty much every console and every handheld since then. So yeah, going on a long time.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtle game is still pretty hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, even to this
Never
day.
beat it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones like kids and like back then, like your son like he plays video games. It's like, oh, he can just save it whenever he wants now. With that, it's like I need to beat this video game in one sitting, or I'm gonna have to start over. And
not just that, you only get like 3 lives, and if you die, it's game over. Go back to the start.
Yep, I've had that happen multiple times with Sonic, the first Sonic. So I know this is a very hard question to ask. It's basically like when you ask people their favorite movies, not to break it down by genre, but what's your top 5 video games?
Oof, that's a tough one, man. There are so many good games out there. There are so many good series out there. I'll say, and I don't know if these are in any particular order. I do know which one I'm going to say as my overall number one, but the rest of these just kind of off the cuff here. I would say the Final Fantasy series. I started with Final Fantasy VII. That's where I go by Shinra Online. That's my where I get my namesake from. Is Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VIII was great. Final Fantasy X was great. 11 was the first online one. I played the heck out of that. I have like between 4,000 and 4,500 hours in Final Fantasy 14.
I mean, I got no room to talk with.
I know you're in Destiny. Yeah.
Yes.
I think the best Final Fantasy though was probably Tactics for the PlayStation 1. That was such a great game, and it is still today just such a great game. It ages so well with the little sprites and all that. So I would say one of them has to be. I just have to say the whole series and say Final Fantasy. Another one would be Tribes Aerial Assault. You ever heard of that?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of that. This is something new, listeners.
Yeah. It's based off the Tribes series of PC games. There was Tribes and Tribes 2, and they also had, I believe, Tribes Ascend, which was a free-to-play one that kind of failed several years back. But Tribes Aerial Assault was the only one that I believe they ever made for PlayStation 2, and it was my first online shooter. It came out, I want to say, in 2012, and I was an early teen, like maybe 14, 15 years old, something like that. But yeah, they had this just thriving community, man, where like everything was based on forums back then and instant messaging. There was no like, social networks or anything at the time. So it was like we had this huge forum, and the people like truly loved the game, and we had our own clans, and each clan had their roster like displayed, and everybody in your signature, if you played for a team that won the tournament, which we had monthly tournaments, then you got to put your trophy in your signature. And there were some teams that were just dominant, and they would have like 15 trophies in their signature, and it was pure magic. And I've actually reconnected with some of the guys that used to play that game through Facebook recently, and it's cool to see that they're kind of trying to revive the game as like a private server lobby kind of deal.
Will you be going back?
I have to set it up. You have to play it through an emulator now and connect it to a particular private host and things of that nature. But yeah, I think I would give it a whirl when I get some free time. But between work and my backlog and family stuff, it's hard to find time.
Yeah, but that's pretty in depth. If they're like, yeah, we play it through an emulator, but it's like our own private server. That's some hardcore dedicated fan base that I'm surprised they haven't came back to it with. with it. So
I think that they would, if they ever re-released it, I think it would be popular again. It's just a really fun game.
well, especially now with the way everything is, with how like it would be easy to set everything up. I mean, hell, like you talk about clans and everything. I'm in a clan for Destiny, and we communicate via Discord, which that's what Discord was originally created for. Was like talking about video games.
Yeah.
So it's just like them being so ahead of the curve is amazing.
Yep. Another one on this list would be Pokemon Yellow.
Okay.
I think that came out in '99. I remember my mom would give me like $3 a day for lunch money, and if I packed my own lunch, I could save that lunch money. And so I would put the $3 in a Pokemon Stadium N64 game box that I had kept and just cram that $3 in there, and I would save that money up. And when Pokemon Yellow came out, I handed Mom this big box of $1 bills and was like, I need you to go to Walmart today and pick up this specific game and have it ready for me when I get home. And it was the longest school day I think of in all of history. And when I got off the bus at the end of the street, I just sprinted all the way home and picked up the box and popped it in my Game Boy and started playing, and it was just magic. So I would put Pokemon on here. I'm not, and these are, I don't think these games are like the best games, the highest quality or like the highest rated or any of that kind of stuff. These are just the ones that are like important to me, and I have like good memories for,
That's perfectly fine. Like, my all-time favorite Pokemon is Crystal, because I put a ridiculous amount of hours on that. Do you still play Pokemon now, or am I the only one?
No, I've tried. I bought Arceus, or however you say it. Tried that, and it was all right, but I don't know, man. I think I'm just past that phase of my life. When Yellow came out, I was in middle school, and the Pokemon card craze was huge, and it was on every channel on TV all day long, and so it was just it was a specific period of my life that just engulfed with Pokemon.
Yeah, with the Pokemon games, like I got the newest one, Violet and whatever. I'm like 3/4 of the way done through like the main story, but it's just like I pay like $15 a year for like a thing called Pokemon Home, so you can put all your Pokemon there, because like I was able to recover ones that I've had for like over 10 years now. So it's like at the end of the day, I like to collect them all, but who knows if that will ever happen. But
you gotta collect them all, right?
Yeah, exactly. But there's over 1,000 now. Over 1,000.
Wow, man.
When you were playing, it was 151, and now it's over 1,000.
Yeah, that's true. My son has just started collecting Pokemon cards, and so we
made a return with COVID. Like I
know.
Was like, damn it, where is mine so I can sell them while it's hot? And I was just unable to find it. It's been lost in a couple of moves, but
that happens.
Yeah.
That's another thing, man. After I had started buying back that physical game collection, I didn't mention this, but we moved from where I was before to where I am now, and the movers, we actually I had like a bag full of Nintendo 64 games and another bag that had like all my Final Fantasy games in it for PlayStation 1, which I had bought like 7, 8, 9, Tactics, Anthology, and Chronicles and that kind of thing, and then a bunch of N64 games. Those didn't make it.
They disappeared.
They just magically disappeared into the movers vehicle, I believe. And then we were here at the house, and I was looking for them everywhere. Couldn't find them. Kind of gave up on it, thinking I'll just come across them at some point. And a few days later, my wife showed me a news clipping. It was like one or two of the guys that had helped move us over here were arrested for theft.
Son of a bitch.
I guess we know where they went.
Yeah, those sold to a pawn shop, sadly enough. God, that's crazy.
Yeah. There's a hiccup in the road for sure.
Yeah, God.
The next game I want to say is dead. It does not exist anymore. Sadly, it is Overwatch 1. It was maybe the greatest team-based shooter ever, and that's coming from a guy who lived in Team Fortress 2 for a long time. Overwatch was magic. It was such a good game. Blizzard absolutely screwed the game over, and the Overwatch 2 is an abomination that I have tried many, many times to enjoy, but They just keep making bad decisions with it. So we'll see what happens.
They said they were gonna have like a single player mode, and then they canceled it abruptly. Correct?
Yep. They stopped developing new content, heroes, maps, all that kind of stuff for Overwatch 1 for 3 years because they kept saying, hey, Overwatch 2 is going to come out. It's going to have this great single player. It's going to revive the community and bring all these new people into the game and make all these great changes. Well, they knew before Overwatch 2 launched that they weren't going to go through with the PvE, but they launched it anyway so that they could force the new item shop on everybody. And instead of getting a loot box and having a chance to get a nice legendary skin every now and then, now every legendary skin's $20+. And
fuck that.
Oh, dude, like, it's the worst. I have not bought a single skin on the market, and I was a very avid Overwatch player.
Like, that's how you kill a fan base. Like, I know I had no room to talk because I'm not running a like billion-dollar company or working for one, but it's like that's how you kill a fan base, and it's just heartbreaking to see, especially because then you have people who will buy those $20 things and be like, supporting the devs. And it's like, no, it's just going into Blizzard CEO pocket. That's where it's going because that's some shady shit. And it's just so upsetting. So is Overwatch 2 as popular as Overwatch 1, or did they just burn the bridge and it's only the hardcores playing?
So Overwatch 1 was $40, and then everything after that was free. You could purchase loot boxes, which were just a chance of getting certain skins. In Overwatch 1, that's how they continue to make money on it, other than sales. But Overwatch 2 is free to play, so you would think there'd be a whole lot more people playing it, and there might be actually. I don't know. I don't have numbers on that, whether or not it's bigger than Overwatch 1 at its peak, but I can tell you the queues are quick, so there's lots of people playing. That's a good thing for it, but it's also the lowest rated game in the history of Steam.
Oh, so it's been review bombed.
Oh yeah, it was review bombed into the ground. It is literally the worst reviewed game in all of Steam's history.
Wow. Wow.
If they just made if they were like, hey, we're gonna release skins in the shop only. This is they're $5 a pop. Dude, I'd be buying skins left and right. I'd be buying them all the time. But at $20, I will not give them a single bit of my money. That's just too much. You're asking too much.
Yeah, that's just being greedy. Because they probably could have made more. Like you said, if they did it $5, like you would have bought it.
But, for sure.
And probably 4 or 5 other people. But you do it for 20 and maybe one person, maybe. But it sounds like you have so much love for this series, and it just took it away.
Yep. So. There's some great times in Overwatch for sure. My number one overall game of all time, probably the best game ever, Destiny. It's the best.
Are you fucking with me right now?
Yeah, I am.
I was about to say.
I put like 20 hours or something into Destiny. It's all
okay. Right. I was about to be like, you could say the second one, but
Oh, no, man, I'm just messing with you. My overall number one game, personally, would have to be SOCOM 2. You ever played that?
Yes.
Man, what a great game. I was introduced to SOCOM 2 by my youth pastor back when I was a teenager, and I fell in love with it immediately. I was naturally just very, very good at it. I was ranked, they had a national leaderboard that you could go in and kind of check out and see where you were and who was ahead of you and who was behind you and all that. And I was consistently ranked in the top 200 of the world, I guess. I don't know if there was Japanese servers or something other, but
that's impressive.
In the whole list, I was ranked in the top 200 very regularly. And I started a Christian SOCOM clan and just would go into games and be super friendly to everybody, the complete opposite of what first person shooters are like online. If you go into Counter-Strike, you have some great conversations, right?
Yeah.
But I would go in and I would be super friendly to all these people, not use any profanity, nothing like that. And just organically, people would message me and be like, hey man, you were really fun to play with. Do you mind if I join your clan? And I'm like, yeah, here's my clan's name. This is what we're about. You're cool with that? And I'm like, yeah. So we formed a pretty nice sized clan. And a competed on Game Battles, which was like the precursor to MLG.
Holy
And
shit.
yeah, dude,
You were 5 years too late with that. Maybe 5 to 10 too late.
Dude, we gamed it up on some Game Battles, and you would have to go on to Game Battles forums, find like teams to play, like on the ladder, and then hit them up over like AOL Instant Messenger and say, hey, do you guys want to scrimmage? Hey, you guys want to play a game? This is going to be an official one, yes or no, that kind of deal, and work your way up the rankings. And multiple times we would break into the top 10 of all clans on Game Battles, and there were hundreds of those of different clans on there.
Dude, this is so crazy how you were like multiple times like, oh, we did it through like clans, through this, and like right before, like it was extremely hard to do. Like it's extremely easy now to like join a clan, like on a game or something. Like they'll be like, maybe they have their own app, or they'll have like join the Discord, and you can join the Discord and all that shit. What you're doing is like it's crazy. Like you're hitting it up, and it's just like had to go through AIM, and I was like, oh my god, that's bringing back the memories, because like AIM was our generation. I believe we're roughly within the same age.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I remember SOCOM was like I used to like how you got the video game mags. I got the PlayStation magazine. And I remember seeing it. It was like it's an online game, and I was like, online gaming, that will never work. I was 100% wrong on that.
Oh, it's so good, man. So good.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to relaunch it, but I guess Battlefield kind of like died, and
there is hope.
It's
there is
Call
hope
of Duty
that they will.
Is just running it.
Yeah, so there's been, I don't know if it was Zipper Interactive, I believe, is who owns the licensing to it. And I believe Sony now owns Zipper Interactive, and they've hinted at bringing back a franchise, like an online shooter franchise, a couple of times. And I don't know if that's going to be like Killzone or Resistance or SOCOM or what they're going to bring back. I'd be happy with any of those, honestly. But yeah, if they bring back SOCOM now, third-person shooter online, they can have some way to make it unique to all the other shooters that are online. I mean, that would be so sweet. I would be the first person in line. Give me a collector's edition,
Yeah.
I'm all about it, man. SOCOM it was my game, man, forever and always.
Well, definitely now, like it can be just a PlayStation exclusive.
For sure. Yeah.
I truly believe that like gaming now, like I think you should be able to play, like get whatever system you want and play with, like, I have friends that have Xboxes, I have friends that have PC, like I should be able to play with them. And like on some games you can. Sony's usually the biggest asshole where they don't want to do that. From what I've always read, but it's just like, holy shit, like you're out here grinding and like being leaders of clans, and I just imagine some of those people, you're like, I'm doing this Christian clan, like, oh, that's great, as long as we keep winning, I don't give a shit what we do, come on.
No, they'd be out, no swearing.
Yeah.
Like the whole motto was just, be good to everybody and be nice, don't argue with people online, just try to be like some form of positivity in an online world that's filled with nothing but negativity, and it worked out really well. Yeah,
you're ahead of your time with that too. Jesus, you'd be making a killing right now.
Yeah, but then I turned into a huge troll, and I just like going around and running people over in games and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's why I was like, I've seen you argue with people.
Oh yeah, I love to argue.
So what are you playing now?
So now I try to diversify, and I try to play different types of games, and I try to play a game on each system so that I kind of have to get use out of my Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that. On PC right now I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, and actually like just a few hours ago I noticed my Steam client was updating CS:GO, Counter-Strike Go, and it changed the name to Counter-Strike 2. I was like, that's really interesting. Counter-Strike. I didn't know Counter-Strike 2 was even out yet. Yeah. Sure enough, I logged in, and it was like, welcome to Counter-Strike 2. I don't know if it's like early access or what the deal is or how I got into it, but I'm in, and I played, and it was a lot of fun. So on PC, Baldur's Gate 3, Counter-Strike 2. On PlayStation, I'm playing Armored Core 6. Still working my way through that. I think I'm a little over halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way through that. Pretty fun game. On Xbox, I'm playing Gears of War 4. It's a little bit of a throwback. It's been in my backlog for a while, so I figured I would crank that one out.
Do they still have the chainsaw gun? I love that. When I
Mm-hmm.
played the first two and I really enjoyed it. Had no idea what the story was. I was just running and shooting and killing things.
Yeah. The story was good. 1 and 2 were fantastic. I played the online multiplayer for both of those for many years and loved it. I haven't played the online for 4 yet, but I may not even. I'm just playing it for the story right now. I'm a story. I like games with a good story to them. On my Steam Deck, I am playing Bravely Default 2. I have it for Switch, but I don't really play on my Switch that much, so I'm playing on a Steam Deck. And then like whenever I'm on mobile, I just started Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis. I play a little bit of Marvel Snap here and there. My son always wants to play Smash Brothers Ultimate or Fortnite. And I'm playing Fortnite with my brother and my nephew. So
nice.
Yeah, nice. It's so good. I try to diversify and play a bunch of different things at once. It slows everything down. I don't plow through one particular game, but I really don't have the attention span to do that either. I'll play like an hour or two of a game and then want to play something totally different and go play somewhere else and do it.
Yeah, like that's one thing that I'm saying I was going to buy an Xbox for Starfield. The jury's still out. But people were like the first week it was out, played it for like it came out on a Friday for early access. It was released like Tuesday for everyone else. And people were like, I put 60 hours in it. I was like, did you not sleep over the weekend? Did you take off of work Monday? It's like, holy shit, man.
Nope, that's not me. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Even games that I love, I can't play more than like 2 hours of. The only thing that I can get into for more than a couple hours at a time is I can completely lose track of all, time and space if I'm playing a competitive shooter. If I'm playing Halo, if I'm playing Counter-Strike, if I'm playing Overwatch, if I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone with some friends, if I play in those, I can just ready up for another game over and over and over again and completely lose track of time and look down and it's 2 a.m., and it's like, it feels only like maybe 30 minutes to an hour has passed by. Everything else I got to take breaks from.
Yeah, I can see that. I can do that with Destiny. I'll lose track of time, but if I'm playing like Horizon Forbidden West,
yeah,
like if an hour or two is thing, I was like, I need to take a break. Like I'll lose myself in the story. Same with like Assassin's Creed and like games like that and Spider-Man. Like I think of them as like a fine wine, and you don't want to drink all the wine at one point. Like that's
true.
It's just like the only way I can describe it as.
Yeah,
but before we get into the video games that are coming out for October, and listener, there's a lot of video games. I'm gonna try to go through them. We might just have to pick the ones that we like, because there's just like, holy shit. The big video game news for the month of September was a massive Xbox leak that came from it was like somehow with the FTC, with the Trade Commission. It had came out like, I don't think these were supposed to be leaked, but holy shit, it came out like they came out from Microsoft because they were, documents to the court, but it was like a public link, and we have these crazy fans that were like, let's just look it up. A couple of the big ones was Microsoft considered buying Nintendo, which I don't foresee ever happening because, but crazier things have happened. I personally don't want that to happen. What about you, Babb?
Is Nintendo a publicly traded company?
I'm not entirely sure.
If they are, there's not much stopping Microsoft from buying up a majority of the stock and becoming the owner of Nintendo. But personally, I think it's a terrible idea. I like Nintendo the way it is. I don't buy any games for my Switch unless it's a first party game. Like I will definitely get Super Mario Wonder. I would definitely buy a new Donkey Kong or Metroid game or something like that. But if it's available anywhere else, I'll buy it on that platform just because I don't think the Switch is that great of a platform for me. But yeah, I think Microsoft buying Nintendo would just be a terrible thing for the industry.
Yeah, and I really hope it doesn't happen. And we have Bethesda, who is owned by Xbox now, might be working on Oblivion remaster from Elder Scrolls. I've played Skyrim. I think they should release another one, but it'll be Xbox exclusive. sadly, they've already announced that. Just some things how like Phil Spencer, who's the CEO, no, the head of Xbox, wasn't that impressed by the PS5 reveal. It's like, okay, you guys hate each other, of course. But the big thing is that the Xbox Series X might go all digital in 2024, which brings into what we talked about, how we don't want everything to go all digital. But sadly, and Microsoft also sees its next Xbox as a cloud hybrid machine, which cloud gaming, it really has to tie into how great your internet is, as we saw with the Google Stadia, which crashed and burned. Did you even have a Stadia?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I only knew like 2 people that had one, and they got their money back when it went out of business.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot to unpack with this, man. This was a huge leak. There's a lot to it. There's one part that you skipped over on this that I thought was really interesting, was the new controller that's rumored. Apparently Phil Spencer said that the controller, or maybe it wasn't him, but whoever leaked it, the new controller was supposed to take all the best ideas from like the PlayStation controller and the Steam controller and meld them into a new Elite controller, which I am a big fan of. I have an Elite controller for myself. I have an Elite controller for my son. I think they're great. I still think the PS5 controller is the best controller out there. But if they could take, the haptics from the PS5 controller, pop it into the Xbox Elite. There was even a rumor of them doing the little gimmick that the Steam controller did, where it could vibrate and create audio through the vibrations. I don't know how. I've seen a demo of it. It's pretty wild, but there's rumors of that. Rumors of being able to just set it down and it automatically turns off like as soon as it stops detecting motion. And then you can pick it up and it immediately reconnects and is ready to go. Like, those ideas are great. I love gaming hardware. I buy every piece of gaming, like first party gaming hardware that I can get my hands on. I think all that stuff is great. The big news for me for this was the headline that was saying that 3/4 of Xbox gamers had a Series S. That's crazy to me.
And which one is the Series S, if you don't mind?
The Series S is the smaller white one that's digital only.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't do 4K. It only does up to 1440p, like 1080p to 1440p, which is 2K resolution. I think the reason why more people have that one than the Series X, one is price. I mean, it's definitely cheaper. And there's like very little distinction between the two. Like, the marketing for it is terrible. Like, you'll just go up and say, hey, I want the new Xbox. There's probably a stack of S's laying around because I assumed nobody wanted it. Maybe it's just because they were making a bunch of them. But yeah, 74.8% is what the article said of people have the Series S. And we're seeing that the Series S is just not up to snuff. Like, it plays games at a much lower frame rate. You don't have access to like any of your disc library. Obviously, everything has to be digital. It's breaking certain games. Like, the reason why the Xbox didn't get Baldur's Gate 3 is because Microsoft requires parity between the games released for the Series X and the Series S. So because the Series S could not do split screen multiplayer, they just didn't release it for the Xbox. So Microsoft, after seeing Larian and how great they were doing with Baldur's Gate 3, they said, okay, listen, we're going to make a small exception. You don't have to implement, in this one particular situation, you don't have to implement split screen, and you can just go ahead and release it for Xbox. So now that has been pushed up a little bit, and they should be getting it out on Xbox sooner rather than later.
Well, I mean, that's good for Xbox. Players. Is Baldur's Gate 3 cross-gen?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's only PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC.
Yeah, I knew it released on PC a month before PS5, so I was just wondering how that.
Yeah, I don't think it's like PS4 and Xbox One or whatever it was before.
No, cross-gen. Like, if I had it for PS5 and you had it for PC, could we play together?
That I don't think so. I don't know for certain, but I haven't seen anything saying that it is. So yeah. I don't think so. I mean, I've tried playing it on my Steam Deck, and the controller controls are really cool the way they've implemented it. But it is much slower, and it's a lot of menus to navigate with, a couple of joysticks and buttons. It's way easier with a mouse and keyboard for sure.
Yes, I just know everyone who I know is playing it on the PC, so I was wondering how that was. But yeah, it seems like you need like 8 hands, 8 fingers or something if you're playing it on.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything is a modifier. So like all your L buttons and triggers and R buttons and triggers, those are going to be like bring up their own menu, and then your D-pad and your like ABXY are going to be how you select stuff. So
oh Jesus,
it's a lot of menus.
That might be too much.
Great game though. Great game.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, God, like that's bad. All those people have a Series X, and like it's that much hardware is behind it. Speaking of hardware, and maybe games that shouldn't come out, like you've already mentioned that you don't buy Switch games unless it's first party for this. Mortal Kombat 1 came out for the Switch, and holy crap, it looked horrible.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, everything looked bad with it. Animations just looked terrible. The eyes looked like they were bugging out. So, Switch came out years ago now. Like I bought my Switch in like 2018, 2019. There's been no real hardware update. I know they did the OLEDs, but that was no hardware. It was just, basically a new monitor. Do you think we should like video game companies should stop making like these big AAA games for Switch, or wait for the Switch 2 to come out? Because that's been rumored for a little bit. What do you think? I think we already know what it's going to be, but
I don't think that they should stop making games for the Switch outside of like first party stuff. I would love to see like game companies stop trying to make their games work with like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, because they're limiting themselves in what they can do. They're not taking advantage of all the horsepower and whatnot of these newer generation consoles, because they're trying to continue to make them work with older consoles, because there's still a huge amount of people out there that only have PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah, I've been trying to get some of my friends to like upgrade. I'm like, come on.
So I don't think game developers, I think it's holding back game development some in that regard. But here's the deal. The Switch, I mean, like they released Red Dead Redemption 2 for it, Mortal Kombat 1 for it, and they look like garbage, and they probably play like crap. They probably got like a 20 frames per second kind of deal, and it's not a great experience. But for some people, that's their one and only console. For some people, that's all they can afford is a Switch, or what they were gifted, or whatever the case may be. I don't care if these companies continue to make a Switch port for specifically for Nintendo, but I don't think they should stop making it. I just don't want it to be a consideration of holding the game development back because they want it to be backwards compatible with older hardware.
Yeah, I think there should be a cutoff point. As like, I'll bring it up, but Destiny, when it first launched, the first one had PS4 and PS3, and there came a point where they were like, we're no longer supporting PS3. Yep. And that just, I think we need to start seeing that, because it'll be 3 years that the PS5 has been out, and so with the Xbox, because I pre-ordered the PS5 in November. I got it in like November of 2020 or something, so I was able to pre-order it. But it's just we just need to come a time. Like I know they're starting to release games that are just for quote unquote the next gen, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, Mario games and whatnot still play fantastic on the Switch. Mario Party and Mario Kart and all that kind of stuff. Like I said earlier, I'll definitely be picking up Super Mario Wonder. My son is going bananas over the trailers for that game. So it still has its place for sure. But man, it feels like it's so long overdue for a hardware upgrade.
Yeah, and hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. But that's we've been talking quite a while tonight. I've been enjoying the conversation. Let's dive into October, which, as I spoke about last month for the September video game release, we're definitely getting like our fall video game big releases, as there's so many games coming out, so many big games coming out, and I can't wait to dig into a couple of these. Bab, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, first one up is Bilkin's Folly. Comes out on the PS5 and 4, the Switch, and the PC. And Percy is on a quest to find his missing relatives, and he needs your help. Join him and his beloved dog Drayden as they adventure through a series of unusual islands, solve puzzles to uncover valuable treasure, and bring to light the foreboding family secret buried beneath it all. I saw this game. I was just like maybe a little kid would enjoy it, but just really not for me. And I know you're a big fan of this next series, Bab. Daisega 7, Vows of the Virtuous. I know you have 1 through 6 already.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah, this also comes out for the PS5, 4, Switch, and the PC October 3rd. Daisega is back and better than ever in Daisega 7, Vow of the Virtuous. Join Fuji as he embarks on a perilous journey of redemption and experience unique features new to the Daisega series. Great write-up there, guys. It's like, holy crap. This
rough.
This next game comes out for the PS5, and it feels a little scary, and it's good that we have that for the month of October as Halloween. It's called Scorn. It's a award-nominated atmospheric horror adventure set in a nightmarish universe. It is designed around the idea of being thrown into the world. Isolated and lost inside the dreamlike world, you explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion. This unsettling environment is a character itself. Every location contains its own theme, puzzles, and characters that are integral to creating a cohesive world. Throughout the game, you will open up new areas, acquire different skill sets, weapons, various items, and try to comprehend the sights presented to you. That sounds like something you play at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something.
So I've actually 100%ed this game on Steam.
Oh, really? How is
it? It's dark. It is dark. It's one of those games. It is very atmospheric. It is very gory. It is kind of creepy in a way. There's just weird imagery that's kind of built into the landscape. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I love that kind of. I love Doom Eternal, and like the whole going to hell and fighting demons and stuff like that. And this isn't like that at all, but it's kind of atmospheric in that same sense. Very interesting game. There is a puzzle in like the second level that you get to that is so hard, man. I spent hours trying to solve this puzzle, and you can't go any further in the game until you've beaten it. I had to end up YouTubing how to beat this puzzle because it was just too complicated. But once I did, the rest of the game, it was an easy breeze. I think that if it's not $60 or $70, it's worth it. If you can get it for like 30 or 40, it's a great pickup.
Yeah, it might be something.
If you like dark fantasy.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I might have to check it out, like maybe like when a PlayStation sale is going on. Then we have Silent Hope, which is just for the Switch and PC, which I'm not gonna lie, sounds pretty scary. It's explore, fight, and produce items to grow stronger as 7 distinct heroes in the silent world. Guided by the princess, he'll delve into the abyss and learn the mysteries of the king and his now ruined kingdom. In a world without worlds, what hope is there for humanity? That sounds like a little dark version of Mario, if I'm being completely honest.
A little bit.
And then, I like the Hellboy movies. Like, I haven't read the comics. I heard they're fun. I had no idea this video game was coming out. It's called Mike Mignola's Hellboy Web of Weird, and that's coming out on everything. Is a roguelike action brawler with original story created in partnership with Dark Horse Comics and Hellboy creator Mike Mignola. When an agent of the BPRD goes missing, Hellboy is sent to investigate, pulling into the depths of the weird. That might be a game I'll check out when it's on sale, or like hopefully free for like a month or something. It sounds like a lot of fun. Then we have Assassin's Creed Mirage. Are you an Assassin's Creed fan, Ben?
I've never played an Assassin's Creed game. I own probably, I don't know, the first 4 or 5 that I've picked up on Steam sales over the years with the intention to play. Never played one though.
They're a lot of fun. 1 through 3 is great. I just enjoyed the hell out of it. Black Flag is one of my favorite games of all time. That's the one where
that's
you're
a good one.
Yeah. This one, like, they get sort of back with 1 through 3, they would be like, oh no, like fantasy or anything. Like they they try to be real true to like their time period. Then they went and they had like Odyssey and Origins where like you were fighting like a Minotaur and shit like this. So like they've definitely gotten away from it, but this still feels like a return to the roots. You're going to be set in Baghdad, in 9th century Baghdad, and like working your way up to becoming a master assassin. And when they killed off Desmond in the third one, which was like your protagonist that you saw that in the current time, like that's when it kind of went a little crazy. But it was I enjoy the hell out of these games. I'll wait for it to go on sale because it's Ubisoft. They always go on sale.
Yeah, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I have issues with them. If I was going to play an Assassin's Creed game, if I was going to start playing on, which one would you recommend? Where should I start? 1 remastered or something like that?
Play 2.
Okay.
Play 2. It's a lot of fun. Then I would say Black Flag as well, just because you can you're basically like a pirate and like you build up your crew and like you're doing pirate battles with other ships and it's just a lot of fun. And you can actually like hunt for whales and stuff because I'm an achievement hunter, so like I try to platinum these games. So it's just sometimes it gets me in a little bit of trouble. Like Odyssey, there was one part of the map that I couldn't like. I said explore the whole map, and I did. And I was like, I'm done like wasting time just like running around on this big ass map trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So I just never platinumed it. But it's like the last thing I have left.
Bummer.
It still frustrates me. Yeah. So after that, another horror type game. This actually sounds like kind of fun. Reminded me of The Quarry that came out. I don't know if you played that game. Came out a couple years ago for the PlayStation. Trapped and isolated in the abandoned Tower of Little Hope, 4 college students and their teacher must escape the nightmarish apparitions that relentlessly pursue through an impenetrable fog. That's the Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope. Comes out on the Switch October 5th. That's right, guys. We're still only in October 5th. That's how action-packed this month is. Then we have War Groove 2, which comes out October 5th to Switch and PC. Trouble stirs on the shore of Ariana. An ambitious new faction has unearthed forbidden relics capable of catastrophic consequences, but how far will they go to achieve glory? Take to the battlefield, sea, and sky with a cast of new commanders, using your wits to wage turn-based war. Do you like the turn-based games?
I do. I still play a lot of turn-based games, and I played like Triangle Strategy and Dealfield Chronicles and Tactics Ogre and obviously Final Fantasy Tactics. I do like turn-based. I think those are fun.
Okay. Yeah, it's hit or miss for me. I liked it with the South Park games with the turn-based. And
okay.
I just haven't.
The new South Park. Those are pretty good. I haven't finished either of them, but I've played a little bit of each and enjoyed it. When you say South Park, I immediately go to the N64 one.
No, not
that wasn't turn based.
No, that was horrible.
Uh-huh.
But we have Detective Pikachu Returns coming October 6th, which we got the tough talking, coffee loving Pikachu and his human partner. I'm sure if you like the first Detective Pikachu, you'll like this. Will you get this for your son?
We'll see. I'll show him a trailer or two and see if he's into it. I didn't know there was a first Detective Pikachu. Is this the first game, or are you talking about the movie?
No, it came out for N64 back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's right, it did. Yeah. No, I never played that.
So it's like holy shit! Like 20 years later, we're finally getting a.
Well, now I need to look it up.
Yeah, and then October 6th. We got the EA Sports NHL 24 that's coming out on all the PlayStations and the Xboxes. It's basically the yearly NHL game. If you like the NHL and you like these games, you get what you want. I'm a bandwagon Predators fan, but other than that, I will not be getting this game. And then we have
last good sports game was ESPN's NFL 2K5 on the Xbox. That was the last good sports game. R.I.P.
It was with T.O. on the cover. And then we have Forza Motorsport. Do you play car racing games?
Yes, I do, and I am very stoked for this one. Very, very stoked for this one.
Yeah, and like you'll be able to race your friends in multiplayer and like.
Yep. Yeah, I play a lot of racing games. I err on the side, or I lean to the side of simulation over arcade. I don't really like. I've tried playing some of the newer Need for Speeds. Like I bought the Need for Speed, the new one that just came out. I can't remember the name of it. Kind of anime look to it, and I don't enjoy it. But I do get like the most arcadey racing sim that I'll play right now is like Forza Horizon games. Those are great.
Okay.
But yeah, Forza Motorsport, very much looking forward to this. I'm a big Gran Turismo fan. I own every single Gran Turismo game that they've ever released, including the ones on PSP.
Holy shit.
Love Gran Turismo. I love Project Cars, games like that. So I'm hoping that Forza Motorsports is good. It's a Microsoft first party game, so I'm not holding my breath, but we'll see. I will be playing that on day one for sure.
Will you be getting it for Xbox or the PC?
Well, I mean, I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I'll be playing it on PC through Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, that's pretty clutch. That's really really good. Next, we have something that comes out October 10th called Little Gator Game. This is already out on Switch and PC. I believe you're already playing this, Bab. It comes out on everything else. There's so many games I've just never heard of, and it's like it seems like every game of these, like you're on some crazy island. It's like they're trying to like I guess redo like I don't know. It feels like Pokemon. It's like embark on an adorable adventure, discover new friends, and uncover everything the island has to offer. And it's like, okay, we get this. Now I've never played this game that comes out October 10th. It's only coming out on the PS4, but it's already out on PC. Roblox. Is this what your son played?
Every day he plays this. As soon as he gets off, as soon as he gets home from school, he comes inside, grabs a snack. The two next door neighbor kids come over, and they have a LAN party in his bedroom playing Roblox. It is a very interesting game. When I looked at it the first time, I was like, "You want to play this? This looks so stupid." But it's just a sandbox for kids to go play like all kinds of crazy different modes and games and all this other stuff. It's free to play, but it costs me more than anything else because he wants Robux. He wants $10 in Robux like every other day, and so we're trying to put some kind of structure around how often he gets them and what he gets them for. Doing good stuff in school and karate and all that. But yeah. Man, this Roblox, that's huge. It says tens of millions of people come to play Roblox to explore every day. That does not surprise me a bit.
That's so crazy. Like that, that's just insane. Like they just play the hell of it, and that's how they get you. It's a quote unquote free game, but it's like, hey, Dad, I need $10 in Roblox.
Oh yeah, I've thrown way more money at it than what I would have had it just been like $60.
That's awesome. I mean, not awesome for your wallet, but like,
right.
I wish I would have came up with something like that. And up next, on October 10th, we're finally hitting double digits, guys. It's called Wildcard Football, and it's coming out for everything. And this actually kind of looks like an NFL Street. Did you play that?
I think I dabbled in it. I don't know that I played it very much.
Yeah, it was fun.
Isn't that an arcade game?
Yeah, and this is pretty much what this is as well. Like you get like special power-ups and rule-breaking abilities, and they have a unique wild card system, which when I try to look it up, they just said unique wild card, which sounds like bullshit to me. So we'll see what happens.
I did like Blitz, and it sounds a little bit like that. So
yeah, Blitz was a lot of fun. And then we have Total War Pharaoh coming out October 11th, which is the new, and it's just for the PC, which is the newest entry in the award-winning Grand Strategy series. Immerse yourself in ancient Egypt at the zenith of its power and experience the dramatic events that have threatened its destruction. Like if you like Civ, sounds like a game right up your alley. I've never been a big fan of those games. I love like hearing people talk about them because it's like one of those things like, oh, I'll listen to you talk about it and what you did. I don't know if I want to play it.
Absolutely, yeah. I can watch somebody else play it for a little while, but it doesn't hold my interest for long and not my type of game.
Yeah, not mine either, but like I'm not going to hate on someone's what they like and dislike.
For sure.
And then I played these games for the PS3 and the PS4. The Batman Arkham trilogy is coming out for the Switch.
So
As we
good.
talked about earlier, I'm a little interested to see how they do going on the Switch, but since like it was on the PS3 and PS4, the hardware may be there. So, but all three games, I would suggest Arkham City is one of my most favorite games of all time. Arkham Knight's good. So is Arkham Asylum. Just all of them, go out of your way to check out.
They're so good. I just finished Arkham Knight not too long, like maybe a few months ago. I never got around to playing it, so I just booted it up and finished it. Great story, great game. It looked phenomenal on PC, and I'm pretty sure that game came out in like 2016.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks so good. I had 2K resolution, everything maxed out, the rain and the ambiance of the whole thing, and just the way the audio worked through headphones sounded so good. I don't expect it to be that great on Switch, but those are wonderful, wonderful games.
Yeah, that might be a game, like, if it ever drops like $10, you pick it up.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then for October 13th, we have Lords of the Fallen, which sounds pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to see how I've actually seen a commercial for it, which I was kind of shocked with because you don't really see video game commercials that much anymore. It comes out for all the next gen stuff, consoles and PC. It's a vast world awaits in this all new dark fantasy action RPG, Lords of the Fallen, as one of the fabled Dark Crusaders embark on an epic quest to overthrow Ader, the demon god. Which I'm like, sign me the fuck up, let's go.
Yep, I love dark fantasy. The trailer for this looks amazing. I have read that the company that's putting this out tried a game that was similar to this earlier in their career, and it didn't work out too well. So it might not be like a day one buy for me, but if I'll add it to my wish list, and if I see it drop on Steam on Black Friday or something, I will definitely be picking this up, as I am actually very interested in this one.
Yeah, it's it looks awesome. And then we have that's a game that's already out on the Switch. It's SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shape. It's out for the PS5 and the Xbox October 16th. Wish Granny mermaid tears in the hands of SpongeBob and Patrick. What could go wrong? Sure, the very fabric holding the universe together could come undone, opening portals into old wild wish worlds. But there's nothing our favorite Sponge can't handle with the right cosmic costume. This sounds like it's more like for little kids, or if you just want to turn your brain off and play video games.
It is. My son's actually already beaten this one on Switch, with a little help from his dad. I gotta throw that in there.
Sometimes he's got to call in the big guns. Okay.
That's right. There's times where he'll get so frustrated with a particular boss or a particular enemy, and I'll go in there and show him how to do it, and then he's right back to being happy. So it's worth it. But he enjoyed the game. He said it was really good. He's played all the SpongeBob games and loves them.
So like it's crazy.
Kid approved.
Yeah, SpongeBob came out when I was like a teenager, or right before I was a teenager, and it's just its staying power has been amazing considering all the other Nickelodeon shows. I thought Rugrats would have been it, but I think that's just more our generation.
Right.
Then we have for PC, Mac, Linux, which iOS and Android, Cyber Knights. Third time's a charm. Flashpoint, squad tactics heist RPG in a cyberpunk setting, 10 years in the making. Build your crew of hackers, mercs, and malcontents wisely. Their stories will become interwoven in your team. Use powerful cyberware, faction connections, stealth, and hacking, and more to outsmart the odds and determine your future. See, I like something like this. Like with like the people you choose will affect your team. Reminds me of like Mass Effect, where you were told to recruit these people, but you could choose, and then you could become better friends with them if you do their loyalty missions. Yeah. That's sort of what this feels like, but it's weird how it's going to be on iOS and Android, so probably not the greatest.
Yeah, I see that, and I think mobile game, and I'm just not a fan of mobile games. It sounds cool, but I don't know enough about it to speak on it, really.
It'll probably be like $10, and here's a loot crate, or
yeah,
some dumb shit. And then we have Skull Island Rise of Kong, which is coming out on everything October 7th. They're definitely trying to get their money. It's a third-person action-adventure quest to avenge the death of your parents at the hands of the ultimate alpha predator. Conquer waves of primal beasts and defeat the minions of your arch nemesis on your way to become the rightful king of Skull Island. Basically, like if you like sounds like it's taken part, if you've seen the Godzilla versus King Kong movies, it's taken place inside the Skull Island, which, okay, might be, I'll wait for reviews and see if it's ever $5. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's a pass for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe little kids would be like, oh, I see a beat 'em up, and we'll go from here. Then we have Sonic Superstars, which drops on everything October 17th. And looks like this is an all-new take on a classic 2D Sonic adventure. But you can play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and someone named Amy. I'm not sure who Amy is. I'm not well versed.
You don't know Amy? Oh, you must not be. Yeah, you're not big into Sonic then.
No. I just know like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. I know him.
Okay.
But I don't know Amy. But you can play with up to 3 other players at the same time, which I think is very cool. So, Sonic games are a lot of fun. I loved Sonic 1 and 2 growing up. So, might be something to look into. And then we have this game, which is a hell of a title. Might be the best title of the month. It's called Wizard with a Gun. Drops October 17th for the PS5, the Xbox, and the PC. It's an online cooperative sandbox survival game set in a magical wilderness wrought with dangerous creatures and arcane mysteries. Embark on the journey alone or with a friend to collect, craft, and outfit your wizard however you see fit as you explore the unknown. Sort of sounds like PUBG, where you had to like build stuff to stay alive, but I don't know. It might not be the game for me. Like when it's like online cooperative sandbox survival game, it's like video game buzzwords that they decided to throw out there.
Who's got a bingo?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we hit them all. Just, add seasons to this and you've got bingo.
Uh-huh.
Then we have Slender, The Arrival, which is like Slender Man, and it's coming out for the PS5 and the Xbox October 18th. It's an update of a 2013 release that I guess came out, and I know like Slender Man was some internet rumor thing that they created that was created just like as a creepypasta, and it's taking on a life of its own. So
I would be interested in this if it was in virtual reality. If it was for PlayStation VR or VR on PC or something like that, I would be interested. I like horror games in VR, but
that sounds terrifying in VR.
Oh yeah, it does. And I think that sounds interesting. I think that sounds a lot of fun. Otherwise, if I'm just playing it, it's not my thing.
Yeah, me either. And then we have Endless Dungeon coming out on everything October 19th. Switch, PC, PlayStation, Xbox. It's a roguelite tactical action game set in the Endless Universe. No idea what the Endless Universe is. Recruit a team of shipwrecked heroes, plunge into a long-abandoned space station, and protect your crystal against never-ending wave of monsters, or die trying, get reloaded, and try again. This just sounds like a horde mode that they decided they were going to slap $60 on. And that's all the game is. And then we have Starfield coming out. Oh, wait, sorry. It's Galactic Civilization 4 Supernova, which just comes out on the PC October 19th. Take command of a civilization that has achieved faster than light travel in Galactic Civilizations 4. No mention of an Epstein drive, though, Bab.
Nice reference.
Yes. It's just for you. The newest entry in the award-winning space 4-time strategy game series. Explore the galaxy, colonize worlds, shape cultures, and make alliances, fight wars, and pioneer new technologies. This sounds like when, Hollywood releases 2 movies that are roughly the same thing within 3 months of each other. To me, I may be completely wrong. Let me know if I am, but we'll see. Then we have Gangs of Sherwood, October 19th for next gen and PC. Fight the armies of the sheriff in Nottingham and lead the rebellion. Solo or co-op up 4 players. Play as one of the merry men. Combine your taps and free the people in this futuristic dystopia inspired by the legend of Robin Hood. Man, I thought you were going to be able to play as like Robin Hood and something. It's like, nope, futuristic dystopia. Not everything has to be a dystopia, guys. All right, and then October 19th. Sorry, guys. Like they want our money for Christmas with all these video games. It's Gargoyles Remastered, and this is only coming out on Xbox Series X and S, PS4, the Switch, and the PC. Might be actually something to play on the Switch. It's just a revival of the classic game that came out in the mid '90s. You can be the epic journey of Goliath and the Gargoyles, which I remember watching the TV show, and I
Great
loved
show.
the cartoon show as a kid.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's very interesting to see that they're doing this. Maybe Gargoyles having a little bit of a revival right now because I know they released some video games, and I mean some comics recently.
Yeah, this sounds like the perfect Steam Deck game.
Yes, just get it and play it on the Steam Deck.
Yep.
So I'm sure it'll probably go on sale very quickly. And then we have Bab, I know you're going to get this as well because you talked about how much you love racing games. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. And this comes out on everything October 19th, which I think like GameStop is just going to be like, take all the games because all these games are dropping October 19th. It's absurd. It's a racing game with Hot Wheels, build your own tracks, which sounds pretty fun. I'm sure little kids would love it. I'm sure your son would love it. And then we have Overpass 2, which drops on PS5, Xbox, and PC October 19th as well. And this is an ATV game, which my stepbrother had an ATV game growing up, and that was a lot of fun, strangely enough. It was basically like them trying to take advantage of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but it was like ATV Unleashed or something, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And now we have a VR game for you, Bab. The Seventh Guest, PlayStation VR 2, the Quest, and PC. Iconic supernatural mystery, The Seventh Guest has been brought back to life with cutting-edge VR technology that delivers an atmospheric story like no other. Explore the foreboding mansion, solve challenging puzzles, and uncover the dark secrets. Is that scary enough for you, or?
I'm in. I played Red Matter 2 that came out for PSVR 2, and it was amazing. It was good stuff. I would definitely give this one a shot.
Yeah, it sounds sort of like the first Resident Evil, with like being stuck in a mansion, but and solving puzzles. So we'll have to see what happens. And then we have a game that sounds like Memento, coming out. It's called The Gap. It's maybe you shop at The Gap. Darn it! It's coming out for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and it's driven by the rare illness plaguing his family. Joshua has to face the innermost depths of his past, both beautiful and painful. Exploring parallel realities through deja vu seems to be the only way he can recover his memories and salvage his life. The Gap tells a difficult story of one man's struggle to find a cure for his family's sickness Yep, that's the same thing. I copied twice. Then we have Jackbox Party Pack 10, which I thought was a free game, but they're like, it's back, 5 new party games and one hilarious pack. It's like, okay, but that's coming out for everything October 19th because, we're not able to sleep.
I got to say, Jackbox Party Pack, I thought that was such a stupid idea. And then I got invited to a friend's Discord one night to play this. And you can just kind of load it up in your own browser and play. It's like one person owns it, and then they kind of host it, and then the people can just load up a browser and play along. And it was a ton of fun.
Okay,
it sounds cheesy,
that answers
but
my question.
It was a lot of fun. We had a really good time with it.
Yeah, I thought you had to play it like I thought you had to I thought you
everybody had to buy it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was just that. Okay, that is good to know.
I mean, it could be different for this particular one, but it was like Jackbox Party 8 or something, and they were already doing that. So I can't imagine they would take that feature away.
Okay, that's, geez, I never would have guessed that. Like that's crazy. Like how one person, I was like, why don't y'all chip in, assholes? All right, so then we have we've already had Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is 2 other big games that are coming out October 20th, which is a Friday. Most of these other games were Tuesdays, but these games are coming out on Friday. The video game people are finally smart enough that they're like, you can play video games all weekend. The first game is a game I talked about earlier, Marvel Spider-Man 2, dropping for the PS5. You can play as Spider-Man as Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and you'll be going up against Kraven and Venom in this one. It looks amazing. I cannot wait. I'm going to get off of work and be playing it immediately. Probably I'll have it already downloaded. And then the next game is a game that you've actually been talking about a lot tonight, which I didn't realize was even coming out, so I'd forgotten about this when I set up the dock. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. and it's find wonder the next evolution of Mario Fun, classic Mario side-scrolling. Gameplay has turned on its head with the addition of Wonder Flowers. So will you play this with your son, or will you watch him play, or will he watch you play?
Odds are really good that I won't even have a chance to play this unless he's at school and I'm not busy at work or something, because he will be all over this until he's beaten it 2 or 3 times. But my intention is to play it at some point once he's done. Maybe I'll just hide Spider-Man from him and play that myself and let him play through Wonder, and then we can switch later.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do right there, because that's on Friday. He's gonna be getting off the school bus and running home like you did for that Game Boy Yellow all those years ago.
Oh yeah.
It's and like we're not even done, because coming up the very next, like that Tuesday, is, we'll get to it in a minute, but we have City Skyline 2, which is basically like Civ, but you're building cities. I'm sure they have people who want to buy them. It's just not for me. But it's like you raise the city from the ground up and transform it to a thriving metropolis. And you can just build whatever you want with a deep simulation of living economy. This is world building without limits. And then that comes out October 24th. Also on October 24th, we have Just Dance 2024, and yearly Just Dance game. And I buy this game for my wife. She enjoys it, and I always get random trophies. And my friends are like, "Why are you up at like 5:30 in the morning playing video games?" I'm like, "Oh, that's just Emily playing Just Dance." And like, she had played today actually. And my little brother was like, "What were you doing up playing video games early this morning?" I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. I was asleep." I signed on to my PS5 today, and it was like, "Last game played, Just Dance." And I was like, "Oh, that's why," he asked. But should be fun. And this is something that when these came out, I remember you being real excited for when it was first announced. Because me and you watched with a couple of our friends, we watched the Sony State of Play during the summer together on Discord. It's the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. It comes out on the PS5, the Xbox, and the Switch and the PC. It's dropping Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, the original NES Metal Gear version, Snake's Revenge. Will you be picking this up?
Most likely. I think every boxed version of Metal Gear Solid that they make outside of I have all the ones for like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. I don't have like the Game Gear ones, and I don't have the one that came out for Game Boy Advance, but I do have like the PSP ones. So I like Metal Gear is a great series. It's one that I've always played. I've played these games a ton of times. I will probably buy it and not play it, to be honest with you. It might just be a sealed copy that stays in my collection. But I own Metal Gear, the NES version, and Snake's Revenge. I have the NES carts for those as well. All good games. This will be interesting. This will be cool. And I read today that it's not really a spoiler, I guess, since this game came out like 25 years ago. But Psycho Mantis that you play in Metal Gear Solid 1, he had that trick where he could read your memory card.
Yes.
And like play it back to you or whatever. If you had like other Konami games listed on there, I hear and I read earlier that you can basically they'll set up like a memory card for you to try to like get him to replay that. He will actually come out and say, "Oh, I see you've been playing this game," or whatever it is, just like he did in the original. So that's a cool thing that they're trying to keep in the game. I like that. I appreciate that.
That's awesome. I remember reading how like people were like terrified and like turned their PlayStation off when that happened the first time, and that's just amazing.
Shocking. Yeah, I
would have shit my pants like if I had been 7 or 8. It's like, "Oh, you love Madden?" It's like, "Oh, I'm being attacked right now." Which it's crazy how memory cards, like me and my stepbrother had to share a memory card, so we were constantly overwriting each other's stuff. Yeah, we were little savage assholes. Well, we were a year apart, and
gotcha. Yeah, me and my brother were too.
Yeah, so we were overwriting each other's stuff on memory card.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of fights off of that.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And then we have Lord of the Rings Return to Mora. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan?
Big Lord of the Rings fan, and I have almost no interest in this game. I'll be honest, and this is, if there's any Lord of the Rings fans listening, don't hate, but I just couldn't care less about the dwarves. I liked some of the stuff that they did in the new Rings of Power TV show. That was interesting, but having a whole game playing as a dwarf in the mines, that does not sound very fun to me. I might give it a whirl, especially if there's like a demo or something out there. I might play that, but it just doesn't seem like my thing.
And this, since you're a big PC guy, this caught my eye. It's on Epic, not Steam. What exactly is that? A different just launcher, or?
Yeah, that's a bummer for me. I love this. I love Steam and the community and the achievements that they have and the profile badges and cards, and the whole ecosystem is wonderful. Epic is they have their own launcher. That the big deal for them is Fortnite. I have it installed on my machine, but it's literally just so I can install Fortnite. If it's only coming out on Epic, that makes me even less likely to play it because I'm kind of an achievement whore, and I like to get all 100% games and whatnot. Yeah, show off. And when you see that I'm playing a game and you see that I've earned 64 out of 64 achievements, I like that. If it's on Epic, I don't get that action. It's just one less reason for me not to play your game.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with this. And then we have coming out on PC October 26th, a turn-based RPG called Battle Cakes. Which indulge in delicious adventure as you choose to battle or befriend your enemies to save your day, and personalize your cupcake hero. So if you want to be a cupcake, you can play Battle Cakes. Which
I just pulled this up, and this looks, I don't know, maybe like little kids would like this. I don't know.
Yeah, but like what little kids playing PC?
My son.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a little PC gamer, man.
Oh,
I got him his own rig. I got him his own Secret Lab chair and everything, man. He loves it. We sit in Discord. He sits in his room. I sit in my room. We get in Discord and we sit there and play Fortnite and stuff together.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool.
Raise him right.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Getting him into video games. And with that, then we have Dave the Diver, which comes out on Switch October 26th. It's a single-player RPG featuring deep sea exploration and fishing during the day and sushi restaurant management at night. I have no idea. Bab, I'm pretty sure we could learn how to make video games and release it on the Switch with some of the video games that get released on the Switch. I'm just like...
This game's out on PC now, and it has rave reviews. Everybody I know that has played it has loved it. I have not given it a chance, but I've only heard good things.
Well, never mind. Maybe that's why you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, because I've read the thing and I was just like, oh my god. We have another VR game, Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord, which you're going to be save the city of San Francisco from the Ghost Lord, which... I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. I even played the game that they had on Xbox, and I really enjoyed it all those years ago. So
my son is super stoked for this one.
I was hoping it'd be like a brand new game, like for like either PS5 or something. But hopefully, if it does well, it can do that.
It looks like it doesn't have. It may have it, but in the trailer that I watched, it doesn't look like it has anything to do with like Egon or any of the other guys. It's like you create your own character, you have your own skins. It's like Fortnite skins and stuff, and then you just go get your packs and walk around worlds and collect ghosts and stuff. It actually looks pretty fun.
Maybe you and Kenny will have to play it and let me know what happens. Because I'm just not in on the VR stuff. I just not for me. Then we have Ghost Runner 2, which hardcore FPP slasher. Do you know what the hell FPP slasher is?
First person something maybe. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I played Ghost Runner 1 a little bit, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting. Like adventure through a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk future that takes place after the fall of the Keymaster. You're hitting like all these weird things where it's like, oh, this sounds pretty creepy. Violent AI cult that they talk about, and it's just like, god damn, all right.
I don't think it's scary. From the little I played of it, it was just very gory.
Oh, never mind.
It's the same game I'm thinking of.
I was not. Yeah. We got Nico's Night Market, which PS5, 4, and Xbox One. Play as Miko, a curious girl who just happened to arrive at her new home on a struggling Japanese-inspired island at the base of Mount Fugu. The superstitious locals on the island worship the sun cat, Nico, what was always thought to be a long-told myth, has the town puzzled as signs of Nico have begun to surface among the residents of the island in recent days. That feels like something that's just coming out.
That's a pass for me.
In Japan, yeah. Then we have the last big game for the month, Alan Wake 2, dropping on the PS5, the Xbox X, and the PC. Sequel to Alan Wake 1, which I know a lot of people loved. I didn't get to play. It looked very scary as hell. But are you going to be getting this? I don't want to give away too much.
I will probably get it. I feel like Alan Wake came out on the GameCube, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember not ever getting it, but having people play it and say that it was good. I think what I'll do is Alan Wake's in the backlog somewhere. Eventually I'll get around to playing it. I feel like I should probably play the first one before I play the second one, as I believe it's a continuation of the story. But
yes,
maybe
that's what it does mention in the summary. I just don't want to get too much away.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably play it at some point.
Yeah, and then we only got 2 more games here, guys. Thanks for sticking around. EA Sports UFC 5, yearly UFC fighting game. I used to love out of the random boxing games that came around. I've just never been a big UFC fan except for when Brock Lesnar was fighting, but I'm sure this would be a fun game for fans of the series. So we got that. And then to close out the month, Halloween, you'll be trick-or-treating. We got Juzant. Drops on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. Enjoy meditative vibes in Juzant, an action puzzle climbing game. So I know it's right up me and your alley. Scale an immeasurably tall tower to ascend to new heights alongside your watery companion. Master your climbing tools, find your way through diverse biomes, and place together the tower's past. So on a wonderful video game month, this is how we end it with Juzant. I got nothing, but I will say my wallet will feel a whole lot lighter because I'll be picking up a couple of games this month, as I've talked about, Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man. Anything else you pick up besides Spider-Man, Super Mario Brothers?
My list would probably be Lords of the Fallen, Gargoyles Remastered, obviously Spider-Man and Mario Wonder, the Metal Gear Solid game, and eventually, maybe down the road, give that LOTR Moira game a chance, or Moria game a chance, and Alan Wake 2. But obviously I won't be picking it up because it should be free on Game Pass. But Forza Motorsports is the big one for me for this month.
Yeah, it's a big month for video games, and it's just leading towards it. And that brings us to another end of Play While You Listen. I'd just like to thank Brandon Babb for coming on. Babb, thank you so much. Thanks for talking video games with me. We went a little bit longer than I normally do for this pod, and thank you, listener. And game on.